You're going to do a Sig Hail? You're going to do a Hail Hitler? Or their rebrand a Roman salute from behind the presidential seal of the United States of America? It's on. It's on.
Something happened. She felt support withdraw. And I wonder what kind of way that her colleagues are treating her in the halls of Congress. I wonder what's happening in her staff right now. I think she probably feels that something is rapidly changing.
Renegade Online.
Everybody going after like Elon Musk. Like they all hate they loved Elon Musk a few years ago until he bought X and turned it into an actual free speech platform. They hate Elon Musk now. You got AOC. AOC's losing her shit. And many people would say that maybe Elon planted his flag up in there a few years ago.
Oh, man.
There is that rumor.
What are you doing?
It's nothing. I cannot wait. I think the left, I think we have seen and made jokes, Mark, about a lot of stuff on the left righteously. However, I seem to think that the lunacy for all the jokes we have made and for all the times we've thought, hey, they can't possibly get any more batshit. I think they're going to get more batshit in the next couple of years. Here's AOC.
You're going to do a Sig Hail? You're going to do a Hail Hitler? Or their rebrand a Roman salute from behind the presidential seal of the United States of America? It's on. It's on. And what is so important for us to understand,
I'm just gonna let her go.
That as long as we don't give up, it's not over. It's not over. It is not over. Libs of TikTok started crying because...
Oh, no, not Libs of TikTok. Oh, no.
Because I said over the weekend that Donald Trump is a rapist, and they went on Twitter and they went, oh...
Which is, by definition...
Yeah,
honey,
factually false. Yep.
Yeah, libelous and slander right there.
And I said, basically, F you. Cry more. I don't give a shit. Like, you want to support a rapist? That's on you. That's on you. But...
let me tell you what. I have a feeling, this is my opinion, Valiant Renegade, my opinion. She knows what she just said about Donald Trump. She knows legally. I guarantee you, as somebody... At her level of politics, and especially with all of the media around her that she has, she damn well knows that what she just said is completely legally false. Part of me wants to think that there are those around her, George Soros, that are telling her, go ahead and keep saying it anyway, because she is being backed by communist billionaires that will pay her legal bills for making these short bust claims that she is.
Listen, I'm certain that she is backed by unscrupulous characters. I do think that she made a name for herself. She grew to prominence. She got a lot of earned media by being insane, by literally pushing the party to the left, being one of the dutiful people that went out there on the front lines, the vanguard, so to speak, pushing the Overton window. And I think, like, my interpretation maybe is that something happened. She felt support withdraw. Maybe she knows what it is. Maybe she doesn't. But I don't know. Is she getting the same amount of engagement that she does? Libs at TikTok looks like they're doing great on Twitter. Yeah. I really wonder. And I wonder what kind of way that her colleagues are treating her in the halls of Congress. I wonder what's happening in her staff right now. I think she probably feels that something is rapidly changing. I'll give you an example of one of the things it might be. Donald Trump had a 34% approval rating among Democrats last night. Democrats.
Okay, Donald? Okay, Donald Trump
Donald Trump is literally Orange Hitler, literally a dictator. He's literally a rapist, and yet only 51% of Democrats strongly disapprove of Donald Trump right now. That's the problem.
That was your overnight polling at Rasmussen?
We have 830 likely voters now since Trump's been in office, and the numbers keep going up. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like people are digging in to hate Trump this time around. And I don't know if it's because their spirit is broken. I don't know if they like what they've seen in the last day or two. We're going to start asking them questions to figure out what it is. But it looks like Democrat voters, you know, the ones that are, I guess, I don't know, maybe the people on Blue Sky stopped answering polls too. But right now, it's crumbling.
Let me ask you this, Mark. Okay, so if you're seeing a shift in the winds, this is interesting. This is breaking news, folks.
Dude, Trump has a 51% approval rating among black voters, like in our polling right now.
Mark Mitchell has just said here, breaking news, black voters, a 51% approval rating among black voters for Donald Trump. Let me ask you this. I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Please don't misunderstand. You may or may not yet have the data to answer this question. If you don't, please take what I'm about to say as maybe a call, a suggestion to figure this one out. But in terms of Rasmussen's excellent polling, what I'm curious about is you're seeing this shift for Donald Trump. You're seeing this with Black America. You're seeing this across the board. I would be very curious to know, because you talked about this a few days ago. I would be very curious to see the crosstabs, and my audience out there watching this, because we've spent a couple of years explaining crosstabs with polling, because we did this with Disney, with Rasmussen polls, by the way, a couple of years ago. Explaining the crosstabs when it comes to, I wonder how much of the TikTok issue might be moving the needle. How much of the TikTok issue is moving the needle, Mark, in demographics that would otherwise traditionally not move for Donald Trump? I'd be interested to see the crosstabs over the next week or so if you guys poll on this and do questioning on TikTok. Like, okay, have you shifted your opinion? Did you used to be a negative on Donald Trump, but now you're positive? What is your demographic? What is your age range, right? Like, are you a Gen X? Are you a Gen Z? Are you a millennial? And how avid a user are you on TikTok? And by the way, did Donald Trump's extension of the TikTok deadline, did that have an effect on your opinion of Donald Trump? I'd be curious to see what that would look like, Mark.
Yeah, we'll pull on that for sure. There's probably something there. This is from 22.
You got the screen, Mark. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is from 2022 when this issue first came up. How familiar are you with TikTok? Blah blah blah. Look at the black result there. 58% very familiar, way more than anyone else.
Yeah,
they're the primary consumers, by percentage. How concerned are you that TikTok is owned by a Chinese company? Less of them than anyone else are very concerned.
Yeah.
Do you agree or disagree with this statement? Chinese government could use TikTok to collect sensitive national security information. Less of them strongly agree than anyone else. And less of them strongly support the ban of TikTok, only 16%. Comparison, 32% of Democrats, 62% of Republicans. I suspect that these numbers have changed a lot. We haven't polled on it yet. I mean, it was just too much going on in November when this was in the news. And now we got that extension. So yeah, something changed, right? So things are changing very rapidly now. To go back, this is our presidential approval snapshot. This is what I was reading off of. 830 likely voters as of Monday night. So we got Monday night and Tuesday night. And a lot of things are happening. So one of the big ones is usually right track shifts around a lot when major political events happen, like the election, and it didn't change. It was down 28, 29, 30 almost all year. And after the election, it kind of stayed there. In fact, as of last week, right track, do you think the country's headed on the right track, was still 29. Last night was 42%. It's changing right now. So as weird as like everybody was holding their breath to wait and see. And I don't know if it's because they thought Trump was going to get shot. I don't know if it's because they were waiting to see if Trump was going to live up to all
that was my concern. But
now the number is screaming. Republicans went from, this number was like 38 last week, 37. Now it's 59. And look,
Holy
Democrats
shit.
aren't that low. Only 59% of Democrats say the country's on the wrong track. And these numbers are just like incredible for the divisive era we're in. Trump got 50% of the vote. He's got a 54% approval rating. And only 33, Orange Hitler.
Yes.
Only 33% of the country strongly disapproves of Trump right now.
It's astonishing.
51% of Democrats.
That's just it. I mean, this is where the paint is coming off, right, Mark? I mean, it's like this is, I can sit here right now and say, hey, I've told you all this for years. I mean, like we knew what we could see where Hollywood was telling us one thing.
Yeah.
Disney was telling us one thing, right? And it was like, oh no, the audience wants this and that. And we're like, no, they don't. Here's the money line. The money line says this is all bullshit. And this is why I love having you on, Mark, is because like as much as we have covered the money line on the entertainment side with Disney, and look, Netflix yesterday, huge numbers. I mean, absolutely humiliating the Walt Disney Company, humiliating them like terribly. And
Valiant. More black voters strongly approve of Trump right now.
Yep.
Than they approved of Biden. This is the most racist.
It doesn't surprise me.
The most racist politician in American history. Do you know how many times Donald Trump has been called racist?
Yes. I've lost count.
But black voters strongly disapprove of Trump right now. 1 in 4.
It's nuts. But this is my point. Like, we bring the math on financial earnings calls. We bring the math and the numbers, the reality on the financial side of how America has walked away from a commercial standpoint for Hollywood and woke bullshit. And this is why I love having you here, Mark. You're awesome because you bring better numbers than I could ever hope to. And you bring it on the side of actual politics and real people showing that, hey, everything we've talked about for years is like confirmed. This is it. People are sick of this shit. And people want to say that, you know, you and Rasmussen are a bunch of partisan hacks. But yet, the numbers are there to back up that you guys have been right all along. And that's what's so amazing to me. And that's why you're still here.
Yeah. It's a mask off moment. It turns out when there's a crisis of integrity and leadership, when people stop doing the right things, that powerful and rich people will lie for their self-interests and screw over whoever they can. That just turns out to be what happens. And they're being found out right now, and it's an uncomfortable situation. And the numbers have always been there, and so we've been attacked, but it's like, read them and weep. People don't hate Trump, despite more negative press probably than any person in modern American politics. More money spent, more assets burned. They destroyed Hollywood to take out Trump. 54% approval rating. 56 last night. Like pretty much where Obama was when he came in office in 2008.
Make sure you're subscribed to Valiant Renegade and join us every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show.